Tony Abbott fired a warning shot at the beginning of question time.
What steps will she take to remove him from the speakership?
I don't believe that it's appropriate for this parliament to canvass.
Not the answer he wanted, the opposition leader then moved all other matters off the agenda, demanding Peter Slipper be removed from office.
This particular speaker is no longer a fit and proper person to be the Speaker of this House.
Crude text messages sent by Mr Slipper to his former advisor were made public during a sexual harassment case against him. Mr Abbott says enough is enough.
There are the truly gross references to female genitalia. The vile, anatomically specific language to which this speaker appears to be addicted.
If it was to be a debate about foul language and sexism, the Prime Minister was armed and ready.
I will not be lectured about sexism and misogyny by this man. If he wants to know what misogyny looks like in modern Australia, he doesn't need a motion in the House of Representatives, he needs a mirror.
Tony Abbott sat stony-faced as the Prime Minister got personal.
I was offended too by the sexism, by the misogyny of the Leader of the Opposition catcalling across this table at me as I sit here as Prime Minister. If the Prime Minister wants to, politically speaking, make an honest woman of herself. I was offended when the Leader of the Opposition stood next to a sign that described me as a man's bitch.
Mr Abbott went on the attack over double standards and Labor's recent efforts to paint him as a leader with women issues.
This is a government which is only too ready to detect sexism, to detect misogyny no less, until, Madam Deputy Speaker, they find it in one of their own supporters. Just as the Speaker has failed the character test, you, Prime Minister, are about to fail the judgment test.
For the first time, Julia Gillard attacked Liberal MPs at the function where Alan Jones made comments about her father. She demanded Mr Abbott take responsibility, but it was this which had the Prime Minister almost at boiling point.
And every day the Prime Minister stands in this parliament to defend this Speaker will be another day of shame for this parliament, another day of shame for a government which should already have died of shame.
The government is not dying of shame. My father did not die of shame. What the Leader of the Opposition should be ashamed of is his performance in this parliament and the sexism he brings with it. Now looking at his watch because apparently a woman's spoken too long.
The two sides traded barbs across the chamber for more than 2 hours. The tone was particularly vitriolic in an already hostile hung parliament. But in the end, Peter Slipper will stay put. The motion was defeated by just one vote.
Ayes 69, noes 70. The question is therefore negated.
That by no means spells the end of the issue. The matter is still before court. Laura Jays, Sky News, Canberra.
Could I ask people to quickly